Hi students, so today we will be solving this particular problem which says that integration of cot x log of sin x dx. So one proper substitution will solve this entire problem in just a few seconds. So what are we going to essentially consider here is that let log of sin x equal to t, and essentially if I do that, then what will I be getting? I have to take derivative on both the sides, so I'll be getting 1 by sin x, and for sin x I'll be getting cos x dx, and on the right hand side I will be left with a dt. So ultimately what I'll be getting, cos x by sin x is nothing but cot x dx equal to dt, right? So in this particular question, we will replace cot x dx by dt and we will replace log sin x by t. So the integration becomes very simple now, as in place of log sin x I'll write t, right? And in place of cot x dx I'll write dt. So ultimately after integrating we will be getting a t square by 2 plus c, and as I said that your final job will always be to convert. So in the place of t I'll be writing log of sin x square plus c. Alright, so this is the first problem. What is the second problem that we will be solving? The second problem is integration of sec x log of sec x plus tan x dx. Alright, so here also we have to apply the concept of proper substitution. So if I do that, then what I'll be getting here is I will be considering log of sec x plus tan x as t. If I do that, then what will I be getting? I'll be getting a sec x plus tan x in the denominator, and in the numerator I will have to basically take the derivative of sec x and tan x, which is nothing but the derivative of sec x is sec x tan x and the derivative of tan x is sec square x, and we will be having a dx equal to dt. Alright, if I take a sec x common from here, then inside of the bracket I will be having tan x plus sec x, right? So numerator and denominator gets cancelled. In case you did not understand, I'll further break it. So here in the denominator I have sec x plus tan x, and in the numerator what will I be having? I'll take a sec x common, so that inside of the bracket I will be left with a tan x plus sec x, right? Dx equal to dt. So the numerator and denominator gets cancelled, and finally I'll be left with a sec x dx equal to dt. Once I arrive to this particular part, you can see that the entire thing becomes easy now, because we will be replacing this sec x dx by dt, and this entire part of log will be replaced by a t. So what we will be getting? Integration of, in place of this entire thing we will be putting a t, and in place of sec x dx we will be putting a dt. All right, so finally we will be having a t square by 2 plus c, and then in place of t what we will be having? Log of sec x plus tan x whole square, right? We will be having a half here and a plus c here. So this is the final answer to this particular question. All right, let's solve one more question. But before that, again I'll repeat one thing that I have been repeating for the last few videos itself. Okay, I have been constantly telling you to practice and practice a lot of problems, but at the same time, now that you have understood the concept of proper substitution, all right, now that you have understood the concept of proper substitution by at least say 5%, if not 100%, you are now in a position to at least try out the problems by yourself. Don't look at the solutions initially as I explain the problem, because if you do that, then you will not be able to actually analyze the problem well. Or if you just copy the problems as per how the video is recorded or set, what will happen is you will not be able to understand where the problem of your understanding is. Okay, and if you are not able to find that, it will be very difficult for you to excel in your examinations. So it is very important for you. Why do I make these statements a bit repetitive? Is because I want these things to get inside of your head as soon as possible. That in order to master the skills in integration, the only way to do that is by practicing. So just merely copying the problems won't really get you to the conclusion. All right, let's solve one more problem. And this one is also very simple. This one is x divided by 1 plus x tan x dx. Now whenever you get such kind of problem and you don't know how to approach it, okay, the easiest thing is that when you see these kinds of problems, the first thing is that you can see that there is a tan x here, and the tan x can easily be replaced by a sin x by cos x, right? And in case if I do that, what I'll be ultimately getting, if I take cos x as the LCM, then here I'll be having in the denominator cos x plus x sin x, and in the denominator the cos x that we did have will come to the numerator, so it will become an x cos x. All right, and now the thing is that you have to do this particular part, okay, this particular denominator part you have to take as a t. Okay, so let cos x plus x sin x equal to t. Now you might ask that how to figure out which one to take t. Now this, as I already told you before, these things actually come out of repeated practice. Okay, you will be somehow able to anticipate in your, like, mentally only, that if I take this part as a t, I'll get a numerator x cos x closely. Okay, so these are the things that you have to actually calculate mentally and then proceed. All right, but I think in the school exams you are not supposed to skip these steps. Okay, you have to show the steps, but basically in the joint entrance examinations and in the other competitive examinations, the substitution is essentially not shown. They are calculated mentally and you directly enter into the solution of the problem. Okay, all of these things that I am doing right now is done mentally. You directly come up to the solution. Okay, so here if I take this as t, then what will I be getting here? Now in place of cos x, I'll be getting a minus sin x, right? And in place of x sin x, this comes under the UV rule, alright, where once you will take u constant and v will be the variable, and the other time v will be constant and u will be the variable. So I take x constant first, so in that case cos x will come here, and then what will I be doing is I'll be taking sin x constant, then I'll be getting a 1 here. So finally this dx equal to dt. So sin x gets cancelled as I have a minus and a plus sign here. So ultimately I'll be left with a x cos x dx equal to dt. Now can you see we have arrived into the particular format, right? Now we just have to replace, I'm sorry I forgot to put a dx here. Now we just have to replace, that is in place of x cos x dx we will have dt, and here we will be having a 1 by t, right? 1 by t dt, which is nothing but log of mod t plus c, and in the place of log mod t we will be having log of cos x plus x sin x plus c. Alright, so these are the 3 problems, very easy. Just I wanted to show you that how to take which one to select as a variable and then solve the rest of the problem. It's just one substitution that is solving all the problems, okay? It just needs you to be right focused, right out, okay, so that you can understand that okay, this is the problem. Then I will first have to break it, and then I'll be taking the denominator as I'll consider the denominator as a variable, then make the respective substitution and then solve the problem. In the joint entrance, mostly all of these mid steps that I have done is essentially skipped, because these are considered to be very fundamental concepts which students tend to calculate in their mind itself. But unfortunately, in the board exams or in the school exams, you are not supposed to skip these steps, because if you do that, that will only result in a loss of marks. All right. So you have to keep practicing more and more problems. If you really like my video, then please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell icon for more of such exciting content. All right. So all the best. Let's move on to the next problem.